Alright, what's good YouTube? Your boy Bizar's back! Yes! Another side quest in the skies. Second chapter. We side quest in the sky, boys. Sunday school lecturer. Client Sister Freda. Here's 1000 mirror. Low difficulty, low pay job. Okay, it's fine. We request a kind bracer to come serve as Sunday school lecturer. You will be asked to explain to the children about duties and mission of a bracer. Persons with time, please come urgently to the ruined chapel. Sister Freda will explain the details of the job. Okay, we're gonna become like Sunday school lecturers, huh? We don't have I don't think we have a priest here, so there's gonna be a lot of questions to answer, I believe, in this one. And for those wondering, I am following a guide for side quests, although I'm mostly doing the dialogue blind, so it's a semi-blind experience, just so you know. It won't be too technical. I won't bother you with details for sure. But we're gonna aim for max BP here. I believe max BP here is like 2 and then plus 2, so that's like 4 BP you can get. You answer all the questions correctly. Let's head to the church first. Where's the church? Church is right here. The purple one. To the east we go. A bit too much to the east though. Go south a bit. Okay, so there's the church. And we have to go to the back door, right? Oh wait, are these the back door right here? Enter the back door, talk to the nun, accept the question. Are you sure about the... You mean this nun? I think that's the one, right? I don't think we have to enter here yet.
Oh my! Are you here because you saw my request?
Yes, ma'am. Sure did. It's pretty urgent, right?
Yes, today I'd like you to ask to act as a guest teacher at Sunday school. How about it? Are you available?
Let's do it!
Yeah, I can do it. I love Sunday school. I love it. Yeah. I'm not super confident, but I'll give it my best shot.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I had asked a bracer named Karna to be the guest lecturer, but she suddenly had to leave on guild business.
Oh, Karna? Oh, wow.
It put the church in a fix, and I was very disheartened.
I see. So that's why it's so sudden.
So, what should I do?
First, come into the side room. I'll explain what I did like for the class there.
Okay. Oh, we got a bunch of people here. Got Oliver and Orphe. I wonder if they're unique dialogue. If they're in our party at this point in the game.
I see. Okay, yeah. I think I get the gist of it. Start with the explanation of the guild, move on to an overview of a bracer's job, and then, last but not least, answer the kid's question correctly, right?
Yes, that will be plenty. If you excuse me, I'll be back to class.
Okay.
I'll call you momentarily, so please, wait here until then.
Still, oh, they do get unique dialogue. Yes. So if they're yeah. Wait, no, they don't, because you can only accept this quest after Oliver joins the party. Never mind then.
Still, surely the world is a strange place.
Oh, for once we agree. I was just thinking that myself.
Huh? What's wrong? Is there something on my face?
No, but not even I could be predicted this. Not even I could have even predicted this. To think that the day would have come when Estelle would take the altar. Sure, this is a big surprise, isn't it?
Yeah, seriously. This one's more the being taught type than the teaching type.
Well, that's sure nice to say, I think. true. I'm not super confident, but I should be fine teaching some kids.
That's nice and all, but whatever. I'm gonna nap until it's over.
What are you gonna do, Oliver?
While I have a little to offer, you have my full attention and support. The class should be well visible from the second floor here. I'd like to watch from there.
Oh, nice idea. I should get tons of pictures.
Please, don't screw anything up, you two.
Oh, here we go. Don't screw it up. Well, we do have a guide here, so I'm just gonna follow whatever answer there's gonna be.
Now then,
Everyone, we're going to have a guest teacher for the remainder of the class. They've taken the time out of their busy schedule to come to speak to us, so don't be rude, okay?
okay.
Oh, bunch of kids.
Alright, come on out.
Miss, who are you? I was just about to introduce myself. Give me a sec. Alright, well, hello. I'm a Wright. I'm still pretty new to the job, but I'm what we call bracer. With your bracer? No way, that's so cool. How old are you, miss?
Now, we'll have time for questions later. First, let's have our guests review what we have already gone over. If you wouldn't mind, Mrs. Stone. Alright. Come on, cross your fingers.
Okay, is everyone ready? Let's go over today's class real quick.
Class begin! About all bracer activities, are you ready? Choose the correct answer and guide this special class to success.
First, let's talk about my job as a bracer. It's gonna be real fun. So, a bracer is a specialist at investigation and combat. I also do a bunch of whack-whack. And our main duty as a bracer is...
Believe to get max bracer points, we need to choose protection of peace and citizenry of local regions, right? Security of the nation's borders. That would be more of what an army would do. Discovery and sealing of ruined relics. I think that's more of the Septium Church duty, so the second one would be correct.
the protection of peace and the citizenry of local regions. We don't just slay monsters and prevent crimes either. Bracers protect goods in transit, even look for most lost items. We help in a variety of ways. Alright, that was perfect. I got this. I'll show you what's good. Bracers are broadly divided into two groups, senior bracers and junior bracers. Of those junior bracers are what you might call trainees, and by successfully completing missions and training hard, they eventually earn a promotion to become full bracers. But even once you become a full bracer, you're further divided into different classes. We call these ranks. Each rank is assigned in accordance to your experience and success.
Alright, the second one should be 7 ranks from G to A. 5 ranks from basic to high, there's no such thing. Class 9 to class 1. Okay, this is actually the ranking system for the first game, so we're not going to choose that. The second game, when you're a full-fledged bracer, you're using this ranking system. This is for when you are a junior bracer, you're just training.
There are 7 ranks from G to A. That's right, these are the only formal ranks, and when the bracer is close to being promoted, a plus sign is added to said rank. Furthermore, there's also an S rank, but it's kind of an unofficial honorary rank given to persons who have performed exceptional deeds. So publicly, A rank bracers are the highest bracers get guild. Yes, I'm killing this. I'm so good.
Wow. S ranks are legends, I'm telling you.
Alright, let's talk about the organization that manages bracers, the Bracer Guild. I think you learned this in class. The guild operates not just in the Liberal Kingdom, but all over. This global organization was established about the same time as the Orbital Revolution, which was...
Okay, about 50 years ago. That's quite a long time, huh? 10 years will be too close. 30 years, I believe 50 because, well, the guy says 50, but if I were to be honest about my answer, I would still pick 50. Because I remember Professor R just talked about when the Orbital Revolution was in place. He was also the one who implemented most of the orbital technology 50 years ago.
Roughly 50 years ago, orbital technology and the guild are deeply connected. Even now, we receive financial support from foundations related to the orbital technology. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was it. Man, I'm good. I'm so good at this. We got it in the bag. Oh yeah. Come at me, boo. So next, we'll talk about the guild's relationship with foreign countries. At the moment, the guild has branches across the entire continent, but the reason the guild has been able to expand to this level is because it is a non-governmental organization with no ties to a specific nation.
Yeah, it's kind of like a third party, huh? They're like independent organization, so that is kind of gives them more integrity and objectivity in a way.
But even within its practical activities, the guild has a lot to think about. For example, they have to keep promises to prevent them from ending up opposed to nations. The most famous promise related to that is...
I believe it's non-interference with state power. Yeah. This is the answer for max bracer point would be the third one. But if I were to be perfectly honest with this, let me see. I would still pick the third one. Because the reason why it was the third one is when you remember the first chapter when we had an interference with the Royal Army. They said that there is a clause where the bracers cannot interfere with the Royal Army in any way, right? But under another clause, if you are doing it in the protection of your citizens, then you can do it. So this would be one of them. Immunity for nobility or royalty? Don't think we heard anything about that. That would be crazy. Non-combat agreement with national armies. This could be close answer. This is a tricky one. If I were to do it honestly, yeah. I would have probably picked the first or the third one if I were to play this blind. But of course, the third one would be the correct answer for max bracer point.
The agreement of non-interference with the state powers. In other words, no sticking our noses into state affairs or systems. Problems within the national boundaries are ultimately something for that country's people to think about. Commenting on or interfering with this kind of thing is against international rules. Yes, nailed it! I'm so good at this! Let's do it, bring it on! The guild uses lots of methods like this to separate its duties from the nations. Of course, not everything is always solved so simply according to the codes, so sometimes in an emergency, you can end up in situations that are contradictory to the code. But in times like that, bracers are asked to put one basic principle above all else.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about now. The safety of civilians, right? That was something that we actually did in the first chapter at the end. We were up against, and spoiler here, okay? Spoiler warning. I believe we had to face up against the corruption of the Royal Army. Usually we have a non-interference clause, but it was overwritten by the safety of civilians, so there's that. So we already know the answer to this one. Let me see what I would pick though. If I were to play this blind,
Prioritize decision of the government. Don't think we ever done that before. That would be pretty corrupt if that happens, you know? Because government can make all rules. Prioritize cooperation with the army. That would be pretty collusive, dude. If you're like colluding with the army. Safety of civilians, it makes a lot more sense because that's part of our code too, right? So the second one is definitely the right answer, and I would probably pick this one.
Prioritize the safety of civilians.
Wow, there's a lot of questions, huh? We're almost there. We're like halfway there, yeah.
If you think about this first and foremost, then you'll naturally be guided to the correct answer. Correct action. Well, sometimes when you try to take action, you end up with a whole bunch of other problems. But overcoming stuff like that is part of the job too. Yeah, that was a good summary.
Damn, we're like nail in the coffin. We're so good at this.
We're following this way. It's kind of like cheating. But I think we've managed to answer a lot of questions blind if we were to do this blind. Except for maybe the third question. The third question was a little bit tricky. Like the non-combat one.
And that pretty much sums us up. How was it? Did everyone understand?
That ends the first half of the class. And very impressive, Estelle. You're performing wonderfully as a teacher. Such fearlessness, such verve.
Yeah, nice. Alright, it's time for you all to be what you've been waiting for. If you got anything you want or ask our guests, go ahead and raise your hand. Please, Miss Estelle, carry on.
Sure thing, leave it to me.
This is juicy. This is pretty cool side quest. We're not fighting monsters or anything, but we're teaching kids.
Knowledge, baby, knowledge.
Who's ready to get their questions answered?
Q&A time. Any question goes. Select the correct answer and overcome any risky or questionable questions.
Pick me.
What you got? What you got?
Wow, you sure got a lot of energy. What's your question? When can you become a bracer? What age can you become a bracer? Well, to become a bracer, you first need to become a junior bracer.
Well, I believe Joshua and Estelle were like at 16 or 15. Yeah, they're so young. That is so young. It's like you're not an adult yet until you're 18 in most countries in real life, whereas in this world it's like 16 you're in your age of most you're in the age where you're qualified for most things.
You can become one if you pass the test, but to take the test.
No particular age restriction exists. I know the second answer is the right one, but if I were to choose this is a trap, you know? This is a tricky one. I would probably have picked like 2 or 3. I would have probably made the mistake and picked 3 here. Yeah. So 2 is the right answer. Wow, that's crazy. Like 2 years off? No age restrictions would be a bit bizarre. So yes, the second one's the right one. But I probably would have picked 3 there. Like that would probably have confused me.
You're required to be 16 or older. Of course, even if you pass the exam, you don't instantly become one. For a while, you receive training under the guidance of an elder bracer. Once you gain enough experience there, you finally become a junior bracer. Perfect answer. Okay, so you gotta be 16. Okay, got it. Thanks, miss.
Alright. Not 4 more questions.
Excuse me, teacher. May I ask a question? Fire away. Do you gotta beat up monsters no matter what? Some of them are really cute.
Beat up? I don't think so. Remember the first chapter when we have to deal with a bunch of cat thingies in the beginning of the game? We can either actually fight the monsters or let them go. It really depends on what the job entails and who your client is and what you need to do there, rather than just whack every time. Mindless whack is crazy.
That's a good question. How do I respond to monsters is tough. But in general,
Judge based on appearance. No, defeat them, obviously. Prioritize. Okay, third one's the right one. I would have probably picked 2 or 3, maybe 2. But thinking back on the first time we did something for a client, usually it's their call. I would probably have picked 2 though.
we prioritize the client's intent. There's no absolute right answer when dealing with monsters. It really depends on the situation. So if the client doesn't demand their extermination, we may sometimes let them go.
Yeah. Case in point, right? Remember the first time we had to exterminate a bunch of chubby cats or whatever, we let them go instead. That was like I believe it was Valeria? Yeah, it was in Valeria. We had a client in Valeria in the first chapter. We had to exterminate a bunch of cats, but we let them go instead.
It was kind of a tricky question, but it looks like I was able to answer it perfectly. Phew.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Okay. May I ask a question too? Sure, go for it. There was a case a while back when a skyman attacked the airliner.
Wow. These kids are smart. Don't underestimate the kids. They have a lot of knowledge of what's going on out in the world already.
Was it the Royal Army who arrested the Skylords, or was it the Bracers?
Oh, that's a tough one.
You mean the disappearance of Valente? The ones who finally arrested the Sky Predator.
But technically, we were there. We were there who did all the whack and tried to help everybody. But at the end of the day, it was Richard, right? It was Richard who actually captured them. Like, we did most of the work, but usually, like, if I were to be perfectly honest, I would probably use the first answer. But of course, that's not the right one. You have to be politically correct here. Yeah, you have to be politically correct here and say like the Royal Army Forces. Royal Guard troops. Who are the Royal Guard troops? You don't know that. It was the Intelligence Division. Yeah. So this would be the right answer. But like, to be honest, I would probably pick the first one and get it wrong.
The Royal Army Forces.
Like, to be honest, like there's no correct answer for that question. That's such a political question there. It's a politically correct answer, and technically it was us who saved the civilians and brought justice. But you know, the Royal Army came in, and you don't want to say anything about that.
In the final entry mission, the Bracers and the Royal Army worked together using a pincer move to corner them. When the Sky Bandits tried to flee, the Royal Army cut and arrested them. In other words, the Bracer and the Royal Army cooperated to flush them out. Alright, no problems here. Okay, so the Royal Army and the Bracer worked together.
That's good. At least you're telling the truth here. Because one reason why you wouldn't say the Bracer and not give credit to Royal Army is so you don't actually lose trust in them, right?
That's so cool.
Can I ask something? Who are you? Antonio?
What's up?
Sure, go ahead.
I'm actually studying for the entrance exam and just forgot this, but which of the 3 principles in the code is but protective duty to civilians?
Okay, this one I don't know. This is the hard one. This one I would definitely get it wrong. So, the guy says it's the guild code principle 2. But, like, if I were in a self position, I would be shitting myself too. I have no idea.
God, what the heck am I supposed to remember something like that? Okay, wait a second. The protective duty to civilians principal. That is.
Number 2. I would have probably guessed here. Let's just say that Estelle guessed.
Guild co-principal too, I think.
Oh yeah, I knew that. Sorry.
That was fine. I'm glad you survived that one.
Holy crap. The game's trying to kill me here.
So no more questions, right? Okay, I got a question then.
This is probably the hard one, right?
Go ahead. So it doesn't have much to do with the class, but when the mayor was arrested, the Queen's airship came, right? How big was the airship?
Oh god. You kids are crazy. The answer is 42, but I don't remember that. I remember we did talk to Lieutenant Sherwood. She did talk about how big it was, but 42 arch, right? Yeah.
I knew there's everyone. There's always some weirdo question that has nothing to do with anything. But by the Queen ship, do you mean the Arcelie? Yeah, that. It looked weird and big, but I wonder how big it really was. The Arcelia size, huh? I think I've read it up in the book before.
42. I would probably have guessed 32. No, I would probably guess 42. As big as I think it's a really big shipment.
I think it has an over length of 42 arch, if I remember right. That might not be exactly precise, but it should be close. Wow, that's huge. Thanks, Mrs. Stone.
Holy crap, you kids are killing me. Any more questions, children? If not, then I believe that's all for our guest speaker today. Everyone, say thank you to your Mrs. Stone.
Thank you very much, thank you very much. Bye, kids.
Holy crap, we survived that one. Well, another good deed done. Thank you for your time. I know you're quite busy. The children were overjoyed. That was a wonderful lecture.
Haha, thanks. I was pretty nervous before I did it, but if they had fun, then it was worth it.
I do apologize for cutting things short, but I have more classes if you pardon me. Should the chance come again, I would love to have you back for another club.
Yeah, we're pretty good.
Sure thing.
Alright. That was pretty fun. That was a different feel for SideQuest. Definitely different from all the whacking we've been doing. Seems like you managed things just fine.
Phew, somehow.
No need to be so humble. I witnessed your performance. You were fantastic, teacher.
Oh, come on, really? Still, it made me think about just how much I don't know. Every time they asked for details, I started panicking.
Yeah, me too. You just gotta keep working at it, that's all. No one's gonna want anything from a bracer that doesn't even know the code.
Yeah. I'll keep working at it, I promise.
Alright, Sunday school lecturer. Quest completed. Did you like that one?
Actually, let's check out how much points we get. I believe we should get like 2 plus 2, so it'll be 4. If we get 4, then we got max. Okay, there you go. That's the max bracer point for this quest.
Phew, that was hard. I hope you enjoy that one.
That was a lot different from all the side quests we have done. Anyways,
If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like it, subscribe. I love you, brother.
love everybody who commenting too. Love all of you. Much love.
Stay fresh though. See you in the next quest.
That was tough. Real tough questions there.